Yeah, you read that right. It's not clickbait. I have never actually played the infamous, the all famous Elden Ring,
What?
Flame me in the comments if you must. But yeah, if you've been around the channel for a while, you would know that I don't really enjoy the Soulsborne slash Souls-like games. Not that FromSoft doesn't make some fantastic games. They definitely do not get me wrong. They just aren't really my type of game, and I never really enjoyed the struggle to learn those games. I'm impatient, sue me I guess, but I didn't even plan to play Elden Ring, to be honest, until my fiance bought it, and like a high schooler in the bathroom, she hit me with the peer pressure and talked me into playing. And honestly, I really regret not playing before now because I am loving it. The gameplay feels great, the locations look amazing, the graphics are amazing, the bosses are awesome. This might be my first actual attempt at a Souls game. I might have no clue what I'm doing, but I have been making my way through and losing only a little bit of mental sanity with every boss fight along the way. But starting things out pretty expected, I loaded things up, saw there were only 3 choices for classes, so I guess I just chose Vagabond, and then my fiance told me I'm not observant and I need to scroll. I didn't scroll, I saw the 3 choices on the screen, I was like, I bet these are the only 3. I am dumb, as I said, I am impatient. But yeah, I bandwagoned Samurai like everyone else, but I chose Samurai for a couple of reasons. I love the vibe, obviously, but also because, it's still a level A character, whatever that means according to the websites. I did some research on Elden Ring, and they said Samurai was still a good class to start with. The starting katana has great stats, and the starting armor's like the 2nd or 3rd best for the class, so Samurai was not a bad choice. I restarted after starting as the Vagabond. I had to restart as a Samurai, but with restarting, I also forgot to reselect the Golden Seed as I forgot what it's called, I'll throw it up on screen, but you start with something, and I forgot to reselect Golden Seed. I started without one, so that was awesome.
Very nice.
But then, I was greeted with one of the greatest things ever. I give it to the Soulsborne games and I give it to FromSoft. The character creation in their games is absolutely fantastic. You can make some great people. You can see my amazing old man Sir Ouch that I've made. And he was ready to venture out and join the other Tarnished, even though I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. My fiance was at work, so she wasn't here to help me on what I was doing. I was pretty much going in blind.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
And I didn't really mind. I play a lot of games, so I felt confident in myself. I defeated a few of the first enemies pretty easily, so I thought this is going to be easy peasy. This is going to be no sweat. I think I was wrong for some of it, but I think I did better than expected. But as I did say, I did have no clue what I was doing. But I have played all 3 Dark Souls games. The only thing is, I gave up on the first boss every time in those games. I also tried to play them as a kid. Don't come at me now. I haven't tried to play them in a very long while, but I gave up. I sold the game. I remember I was looking up games like Skyrim, and for some reason some website told me that Dark Souls was like Skyrim, and as a kid I was like, okay, I'll play this Dark Souls game. I started playing it. This is pretty cool. It's a little hard, but this is pretty cool. I get to the first boss. I instantly took Dark Souls back the same day. That same thing happened with Dark Souls 2. Now with Dark Souls 3, I tried for hours and just couldn't get past that first boss for some reason. I was pretty bad at video games apparently when I was younger, but Elden Ring being, as people call it, the beginner Souls game, the easiest Souls game, I felt like I had a chance, and my fiance also did help me figure out the seamless co-op mod or whatever, so we did plan to play later, but at the current moment, I was going in completely blind, not only into Elden Ring, but into Souls games. It had been years before trying it, and I had only really tried it before, but I will say I have played Nioh. That's the only really Souls-like game that I enjoy. I really enjoyed Nioh. I digressed though, I should get back on topic, but I wandered around fighting people, I talked to the merchants, the Santa Claus, I found a couple maidens. I had no clue about what the golden seeds were. I had no clue about sacred tears. I didn't know about map fragments, on and on. I was just kind of existing. But soon enough, I found myself at the gates of Stormvale, at level 14. eventually facing up against Margit the Fallen Omen. And I didn't know that I should have waited. I didn't know 14 might be too low a level for a first-time player to go up against this boss. The only thing I knew about Elden Ring was don't fight the guy on the horse in the beginning. But I went after Margit. I fought him. I spent hours. At first, there was a summoning sign for Reggio, the sorcerer, or something like that, and I wanted to not use him. I said, I can take Margit out by myself, and I fought him, and I fought him, and I fought him, and I died, and I died, and I died, and I was getting angrier and angrier. But eventually, I decided, okay, fine, I'll use Reggio. And once bringing him in, I was bringing Margit down to a quarter health, and I thought, I got this. This is it. After probably an hour and a half to 2 hours of trying to fight the first boss, I thought I was going to follow in my footsteps playing the other Souls games, but I took a quick break, and then I said, this is it. This is the chance that I get him. And I got him. I defeated Margit after probably 2 hours. It was probably 2 long hours of on and on, dying and dying and dying, and I didn't even think about leveling up. I just had like 6,000 runes, and I kept having to go grab them before I died again, so that I didn't lose them. And I am proud to say that I did not lose those runes, and I got extra runes from Margit, and I texted my fiance, I said I killed the first boss, and she said, what level are you? What boss are you talking about? I said, I'm level 14. And she said, why? Why? Why'd you go up again? Wait, don't play anymore. Just go run around and try to find stuff. Do not go through Stormvale. You are way too low of a level for that. And I didn't know that. But she said, I haven't even fought that boss yet. You need to chill out for a second. You need to get some golden seeds. You need to get some sacred tears. You need to level up a little bit. You need to get some better stuff. I didn't know that. So from there, I just ran around for a little bit, aimlessly, kind of existing again. I found a couple of merchants, found a couple of people and things that my fiance didn't even know about, but I found out about the round table or whatever it's called, and I went there and I used some stones to upgrade my weapons. And then I signed off, I did some YouTube stuff, and then eventually my fiance got home from work and she was able to hop on and actually show me what I'm supposed to do and get me prepared for the future of this game. So now with a mentor, okay, actually really quick as a background, I do know Elden Ring follows the other FromSofts online, and it is not very good. But for those who don't know, it's probably only a few of you if you don't know, there's like 7 million downloads for this mod, but with the seamless co-op mod, it fixes things up and allows a full co-op experience at the price of bugs and invasions. No money. They tell you very clearly. If you paid money for this, that's a scam. I always found that very funny. But my fiance joined, and I finally had a mentor, and honestly, we started destroying. And I'm saying honestly a lot in this video for some reason. But we went to a really good place to grind. We fought a bunch of people. We got a bunch of runes. We leveled up a bunch up to I think I was level 40. She was level 50. And then we went and we fought some bosses. We unlocked some really cool stuff. She showed me a few locations. We hunted down golden seeds, sacred tears. We were just leveling up. And we were doing way better than we even expected to do. We were taking out, we took out Godric. We took out Margit on her game. And in only a couple of hours playtime, we finished off Limgrave and Khalid. I don't know how to pronounce that, but practically finished both of those places off. We got all the golden seeds. I did cheat a little bit. I did a little research. That's okay, this game's been out for a few years. It won Game of the Year. It had like 1 million players at one point. I don't feel bad about looking some stuff up. It's hard enough fighting. I feel like I can take some of the weight off my back by looking some stuff up. But by then, I was full of regret, and it was getting worse every second I played, only because I was just having a blast. I enjoyed it more than any other Souls game I played. Except Sekiro. I like Sekiro, but it's just hard. But this is really awesome. And yeah, I know it's a lot easier with someone else constantly there, but it's also infinitely more fun. And that's me, someone who plays single player games, saying co-op in this is more fun. One negative though about playing co-op is the malicious wanderers that invade your world and attack you, aka high level players having nothing better to do. We have shown a few of them what's up though. But yeah, I didn't even want to play Elden Ring. I told my fiance, I'm good, you can play it, you got it. But after being coerced into it, I hate that I never listened to anyone before, and I hate that I didn't listen to her sooner, because I think this game is fantastic. And other than what I've done in the game, I'll just move now to what I actually think of Elden Ring. So, on the side of the actual game, I'll start with the graphics and how things are looking, and I've never argued this with any of the Souls games, but Elden Ring and all of those other Soulsborne games are just beautiful. There are so many areas, enemies, and cosmetics that just have my jaw wide open. Some of the armor, the weapons, as I said, the bosses, they all look just crazy good. And then all the details and the textures and the fantastic animations, like even the sound is great. Like listening to the giant bell guy walking around thinking he's right behind you and you turn around and he's a mile away, it just sounds so clear. And then, as I said, all the character models, like the bosses, maidens, even the simple enemies, not only are they all super detailed and unique, but they all match the vibe of the world and the certain location that they're in. And speaking of the locations, every single location is both giant, but also beautiful. From Stormvale Castle to the base of the Erd Tree, everything surprised me for how great it looks, and I already knew the game looked great. But then getting to how things feel, I mean, it's a Souls game. Really difficult enemies, sometimes impossible feeling bosses, perfect roll times and parries, and making sure to put every level into the class-specific attributes. But I will say, again, I mentioned this before, I didn't really like the Souls games, but I've tried them all. I've never just sat down and actually played them. And plus Nioh, I have played Nioh, that's one of the games I've played, and I did really enjoy that, but Elden Ring was the first Soulsborne, Souls-like game to draw me in and actually have me play and beat a few bosses and want to progress further and not want to give up. This is the Souls game to make me actually want to learn how to be better, make me want to be more patient with the game. And even with all that, I forgot to mention that there's a really good and somewhat followable story for a FromSoft game. But with all the big names behind the writing, this game has an awesome story, packed with lore. You can find so many people to talk to, you'll learn so much stuff, and then there's actual cutscenes. Big story, big world. And whether I was fighting or talking to Santa Claus, yeah, Elden Ring can entertain for quite a while, but this video can only entertain for so long. I've said it so many times, I don't like the Souls games, and I wouldn't even have played Elden Ring if I wasn't told to. I was pretty much coerced into it because I was told too many times and I kept saying no, 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 no. And then instantly I started playing and I was like, what is wrong with me? I've seen gameplay. I've watched people play the majority of the game. I've watched gameplay of the DLC. My brothers beat the game. My friends have beat the game. My fiance is playing the game. So it's like, fine, I'll play the game. And then I play it and I finally understand. And I think that's hilarious. I should have played it sooner, obviously. But, I never expected to be excited for the next time I hop on. The game is beautiful, the bosses are hard, it might be a little easier than the rest of the games in the series, but I think it sits just as high. Sekiro's definitely the hardest. That game made me angry. My friend used to play it all the time and he would tell me, hey, just give it a try, give it a try. And even the normal enemies would start to piss me off. And yes, I do admit that after playing Elden Ring, it does make me want to give the other games a try. See if I have a new opinion on the other Souls games, see if I'm able to play Sekiro now. My friends has Wukong, and after playing Elden Ring, he made me play some Wukong. I did beat one boss in there. That's it, though. I don't even think it was a boss. They have, like, a billion bosses, so it was probably just a normal enemy to the game. But, I felt pretty confident in that game. Who knows, maybe I will try the other Souls games out. Maybe I will talk about Dark Souls and maybe I'll talk about Bloodborne. Who knows, but I can only ramble on for so long, so I think I'm just gonna end things there. Then again, I do want to hear all of your thoughts on Elden Ring, this video, and my lack of trying the game until now. I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments now. And if you enjoyed this video, why not slap it with a like and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything to come. And if you want to support more videos like this, plus get videos up to a whole day early, and get your name at the end of future videos, you know, there's just no names yet, check out a membership to the channel now by pressing that little join button below. Lastly, head over to BillyTheWhip on any music platform now if you heard any music that you liked, or if you want to hear any new music. Might not be the best music, but it's my music. That's pretty cool. That's what I always say. I don't know. But yeah, go check that out. And with us here, I thank you all so much for checking this video out. I hope you check out some more videos. But yes, thank you all for the support. It means so much to me. I will see you all in the next one, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.
Eyes glowing like a Ronin, tossing out checks I'm overthrowing. It lasts forever, my spit ongoing. Old tracks, I'm loathing new tracks. Start scrolling, no trolling like bowling, knocking down.